Hi everyone, my name is Franbel Omilari. Welcome to our channel, OCHAREO. Today we want to talk about the odun Ogunda Unle, characteristics and patakines. OCHAREO, Ada Che, Chenife Chokun, Chenife Maru, Chenife La Ocha. In this odun, Maferefun, Ogun, Shango, Elegua, Orumila, Obatara, Oshun, and Olofi. It's the odun that you are supposed to respect the relationship of others, because for commit adultery, you could be in trouble in your life. You can lose everything, even you can put your life in risk. So you need to be careful with that. When you get angry, for example, don't hit the table or the walls, because when you do that, you call the bad spirits to you. So it's important that you avoid that. This odun is the odun that received the blessing of Olofi. The person had a great ogun. So if you had that, you are supposed to get a scratch and even receive your part. If you, for example, you don't have Sarabanda, Ceterayo, any of them, you are supposed to reinforce your Ogun, because Ogun always going to help and support you in everything that you need. When we talk about Oshun, here in this Odun, Oshun, she found a great fortune because she had a lot of problems in her life and she didn't know what to do, and she didn't have enough money to survive. But one day she decided to go to Orumila for divination. When Orula saw this odun, he made an bow for her and told Oshun, take this bow, and also, even though it had a kueya, agua do, and another ingredients, he told her, make different balls as much as you can, and inside and all of them put some arrows. So Oshun, she did like that. And when you finish to prepare those, go to the forest and leave it in there. Oshun obeyed the advice of Orumila and she went to the forest by herself. But when she was there, she saw a man, and this man told her, okay, come with me to my house to introduce my wife. But he was lying because he didn't have any wife. He just was in love with Oshun and he wants to abuse of her. And when she got his house over there, she found out that two another men was there and they want to do the same thing. But she offered all of them the bow that she had. So they were hungry, so they want to eat. And when they ate all of that, they passed away. At that moment, Oshun started to look all the corners in the house and she found a great fortune. And she took all that money and she went to the village, to Orumila house. And she told him everything. So Orumila, he went out and he told everyone in that village that something bad go to happen, that all of them have to close the doors and the windows also. Oshun take advantage of that moment and she came in with all the fortune to Orumila house. So she left some money to him, and with the rest of that, she crowned Ocha. So from that moment, Oshun had a lot of prosperity and she was living a great life. So this odun advises all the women in our religion that have it, that be careful when you go to any place that someone try to abuse of you. Maferefun Oshun, in this odun Maferefun Orumila, in this patakin too. So If you are young, for example, and you need to go for anything in the forest, try to go with someone else. Don't trust anyone because people could abuse of you. Something else is that you go to any party, any festivity in general, never leave your drink unattended. And also be careful with anything that you could eat that could damage also your stomach because we could be a witchcraft. For example, for you, in order that you pass out and they have the opportunity to take anything from you or abuse or you too. In this autumn, you talk about the yellow seed. So when you have a relationship, you need to be careful and trust the person that is next to you. Because in this autumn, Ochun, she had a great relationship with Orumila, but always she doubt about him. So she was watching Orula for every plane that he went. But sometimes she has to get out of the house. So she went one day to the market and she decided to buy the oshun. At that time, the oshinista prepared the malagi deeds just ready to work. So she bought a sokere that was $1 and she ordered her that when she wasn't at home that she had to watch Orula and also just obey her. So when she got home with Asokere, even though Orumila, he tried to be nice with this Malagidi because he believed in the religion, the Malagidi didn't obey him at all. So one day he did a reading for himself and he saw this odun. So he did a bow and he told the Malagidi, here you are, this ebo, and go to the river and give it to Ochun. Because of that, Asokere took the ebo, but at that moment, she was completely deaf. So when she went to the river, even though Ochun tried to call her and call her, she didn't hear Ochun. And when she got the river, she lost everything and she passed away in the river. So Orumila got free of that too. So it's important in this autumn that you trust the relationship that you have. Be careful in your house. If you have, for example, some doll or something like that, it's important that you attend this doll, that you put in service every time, because this doll in your house is like your soldier, for example, always is watching everything that happens in your house when you are not there. And in dreams, it goes to show you the problems that you could have. So in this autumn, it's important to prepare the malagidi, but do not accept anyone that is one to you prepared, for example, in wood or something like that, like a gift, because it could be a witchcraft to know what are you doing in your own house. So be careful with that. Also, you need to be careful with your ears because you can lose the possibility to hear anything. So if you have any problem with your ears, go to the doctor to check out what happened with that, because it happened with the Malagidi or Ochun. This is something important that you need to know. In this autumn tune, Olofi, he called all the mages because all of them were arguing in the world which one going to represent Olofi. Olofi, that he knew that, he tried to talk with all of them at the same time and told them, you know, any of you could represent me because you will give birth another composite odun. So they asked themselves, so what we do here? And Olofi said, someone else coming. And at that moment, Ogunda Unle-Maferefun showed up. So Olofi said he is the odun that goes to represent me, and ordered him to do what they were talking before. So he took all the maize and he put them into the shells, a beautiful shells. So when he finished, Olofi asked him, and what do you want to do? What is your position now? And he told him, you know, Baba, I will be next to Oragun because Oragun is Ofun in Ocha. So I will be there because in this Odun, you have to be so obedient. And he, in his needs, in front of Olofi, he promised him that he goes to follow his advice, and all the mages did the same thing. And Olofi blessed him and told him, you go to represent me in the world. So when we go to pray to Olofi in Ocha, we do through Olorun. The Olorun is the sun. So when you got a chance, go to any place and just talk with the sun like you are talking with Olofi. Your prayer is so important in this Odun. Olofi, that he was so smart when he sang Ogunda Unle-Maferefun to the world, always lean on Shango and Ogun, because Shango represent my knowledge in the world and Ogun my strength. So support in each of them. That's why the person that have this Odun, most of the time, for example, is the son of Shango, Ogun, or Oshun, but the fire is one of them. So you have the support of the Orishas, and if you do not have crown Ocha, remember that you can reinforce your Ogun. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. Remember that together we learn. So leave your comment below to improve our channel. A like, subscribe to this channel to always receive notification of the new videos, live stream, music and interviews. Health, faith and prosperity. Ya tú sabes. OCHAREO.